Yo, what it do, ultimate hustlers, generational wealth builders? Listen, tonight it's time for us to jump back on the whiteboard. We're talking cash flow, credit, and entrepreneurship, how they all fit and flow together. And if you're trying to build wealth, we're going to give you a game plan on how to do that with your part-time business. But here's the mistake that I'm seeing a lot of people make. We know that we're supposed to be separating business from personal, but when it comes to entrepreneurship is a lifestyle, and all of these things run together, and you got to manage them effectively but concurrently. So I'm going to tell you how to do that tonight. So I need y'all to hustle on in here, man. Click that like button, comment in the chat the name of your business and or your brand. So I'm going to be looking down because this is where I can see y'all comments. We're going to jump on the whiteboard, and we're just going to have a good time for about 30 or 45 minutes. Feel free to put your comments or your questions in the chat. But let me tell y'all really quickly, who is this for? This is for the brand new person, part-time entrepreneur, or thinking about starting a part-time side hustle and you don't know if it's even worth it, right? We're gonna break it all down on how you can create cash flow by starting a part-time business even before you sell a single product or service. Now, the idea is to get your business profitable as fast as possible. When I talked about running your personal life and your business life concurrently, we're going to show you how the two collide. So come on into the room, man. Let me know the name of your business and or your brand, the city that you're tuning in from. Put all that stuff in the comments. So before we get started, I need somebody to drop a 1 in the comments so I know that you guys can hear me okay and that everything is copacetic. So, man, did I just say copacetic? Right? I'm showing my age right here on the podcast, but let me see a 1 in the comment. If somebody is able to type, put a 1 in the comments so that I know that you guys can hear me okay before we get rocking and rolling. So I'm gonna pull up my cell phone monitor as well, because I got a few minutes, but I want to be effective and efficient tonight. So somebody give me a 1 in the comments if you can hear me okay. Sometimes the book don't like my lives lately for some reason, so I can't tell if you guys can hear me. All right, I think I can hear myself on the monitor. If you're on YouTube, put a Y in the comments so I know that you're on YouTube. But we're gonna get started, man, really quickly. I got a couple disclaimers, and I want to be as transparent as possible because I want to help you guys win, right? So if you don't know me, my name is H. Cortez, also known as Cortez Hustle, host of the Cortez Hustle Show and founder of iHustle University. It is the school of online entrepreneurship for new and part-time business owners who are looking for some structure. They're looking for a community. They're looking for a good coach, but may think they cannot afford any of those things, right? We made iHustle University extremely, extremely affordable because this is something that I wish I had when I was getting started. So my journey started way back when I was pretty much old enough to leave the block by myself, and I got with my homeboys and we started hustling, raking leaves, shoveling snow, cleaning garages and basements, anything that we could do to make money. If we found something we thought was of value, we'd be trying to sell it, right? And that's just how we got down. We hung out at the gas station all day and asked people we can pump their gas for some change so we can have arcade money, so we can go play video games and get our own snacks and stuff, because I'm fourth born of 6 children raised by a single mom on welfare. And a lot of times we didn't have anything extra, right? My mom tried to create as normal of a lifestyle as she could, but she just didn't have the revenue, right? So we got out and hustled on our own. I figured, hey, if I can just figure out how to feed myself, that would relieve a lot of stress on my mom, and she'd have a few extra dollars to bless my brothers and sisters with. That was our thinking, right? Wasn't long though before we started getting of age, right? Those preteens and teenage years, we started seeing how those around us were making money, right? They started paying attention to our hustle and our grind, and we ultimately got recruited into the street life. Found myself on a corner as a street corner pharmacist and really helping to destroy the very communities that I love now. And I'm trying to fight so hard to rebuild because I didn't know any better. I didn't have, outside of my Uncle Mac, I didn't have very many legit entrepreneurs trying to pour into my life saying, hey, young man, that hustle that you got, right? That's something, but you got to channel it in the right direction. We didn't have that. But what we did have was the older brothers in the streets saying, hey, man, come do this, that, and the other, and you can make a boatload and a ton of money. If you want to live like us, you want to have your own car, your own apartments, you want to have your jewelry, you want to have the respect, you want to have the girls, like that's what you do, right? So we found ourselves in that space. Thankfully, I didn't fall the way of a lot of my homeboys. I didn't catch a case. And I'm here, I'm alive. So I didn't end up in jail, didn't end up dead, right? And was able to escape that life when I met my lovely wife shortly after my baby brother got killed in the streets. But even before that, I had exited before he got killed. So that wasn't a catalyst for my exit. I had exited before, but I did move away to the city where I was born in Tupelo, Mississippi. And that him dying or getting killed actually brought me back to St. Louis. And ultimately, my wife and I got together. We knew each other in high school, but she wasn't checking for me back then, right? I was a heathen, I'll admit. But after that, I had matured a little bit. And the reason I actually went to Mississippi to live is I was going to find me a wife. I was through playing the streets. I was through running. I was through all of that stuff, man. I wanted to go find me a wife and settle down. Who knew that she was right around the corner? So I didn't have to leave at all, but I did. And that's kind of when I got back and got with her, like we was trying to figure out, all right, she had 2 kids. I was ready to start my own family too. So I'm like, what are we going to do to build some wealth? I had already started some real estate. I had bought some courses online and all that kind of stuff. So I ain't new to spending money on my education to try to develop a skill to make me some money. So this was, I'm talking about in 94, 95, 96. I was up late night watching Don LaPierre and the Carlton Sheets, the foreclosure guy, right? And I'm buying these programs because I'm like, there's got to be a way. Because one thing I knew even back then is that wealthy people ain't smarter than me. They're not, they don't work harder than me. And hell, they sure enough ain't as good looking as me. But clearly, they know something that I do not know. So I wasn't afraid to spend my money on programs to figure out what it was that they knew. So when we got together, we really started going down this real estate path. She was a mortgage loan officer. Her uncle had his own mortgage loan store, loan brokerage firm. So we kind of started doing that, but we didn't understand having a stable, active income while you were trying to build passive income. So what happened to us is we literally would cash big checks, $13,000, $20,000, $25,000 checks. But because we didn't have any active income, that money was needed to catch up on all of our bills while we're waiting on the next deal to close, right? So I said all that to say this. If you're thinking entrepreneurship is worth it, it absolutely is. But there's probably some strategies that you need to implement that I learned when I got online in 2015, right? I got under the leadership of a man by the name of Ivy Stokes, Alvin Curry, and Brian Bean. And they taught me what I'm going to teach you here today as it relates to how to position yourself in this economy. So let's jump on the whiteboard, man. Let's get into it. So really quickly, the first thing you got to understand is that there's 3 places you can find yourself in this economy. Number 1, you can find yourself as an employee / consumer, right? And let me say this 100% clearly, right? This is not a knock on anybody who has a job. I work for one of the large credit reporting agencies for 14 straight years. So there's nothing wrong with a job. And I worked call center and all kind of other jobs before that. So there's nothing wrong with having a job. Just understand what you're signing up for. And if you stay to the end, you're probably going to understand the root cause of some of your financial challenges. But I've never been one to focus on problems. I'm more of a solution-oriented type of guy. So I'm going to give you some answers as well. So the first position you can find yourself in as an employee or a consumer. Second, you can find yourself as a producer or entrepreneur, right? Great place to be. In fact, in 2023, at the time we're recording this, man, everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship is the sexiest thing in the entire world, right? Entrepreneurship, real estate investing, crypto, everybody is trying to boss up and be a boss, right? But I'm going to tell you some dirty little secrets that they're not telling you. So hang with your boy today. And then the last place that you can find yourself in, and few people even know that you can be in this position, and that is as the bank, right? You could literally be the bank. Most of us graduate at some point, or at least try to graduate from employee consumer to producer and entrepreneur, but none of us even fathom that we should be looking at business the same way the banks do, and God forbid we think that we can actually become our own bank, right? But I'm going to share some of that stuff with you guys tonight. So what are the benefits? What are the pros and the cons of each one of these things, right? You got to understand that as an employee or consumer, you're going to pay the most in taxes, 28 to 33%. Now, a lot of people like to argue with me. There's no way I'm paying that much in taxes. I know. You're paying a lot more. See, these taxes right here, this is just federal and state taxes, right? Think about it. If you make a decent amount of money on the job, chances are you're paying at least 20% in federal tax. You live in a state like Missouri, you're paying another 7 to 8% in a state tax. Let's just call it 7. You're at 27% already. Then you're going to pay another 7 to 9%, depending on the county you live in sales tax on everything that you buy. Let's just call it 8. 27 plus 8. We're at 35% in taxes already. Then, if you own a vehicle or you own any property and you live in a state like Missouri, you got personal property tax. That's another 1 to 2% of your annual income. If you live in a city like St. Louis, that's another 1 to 2% in local tax. If you own a home, then you're going to pay real estate tax. You have about 40% of your income. 40 cents out of every dollar you make goes to Uncle Sam in taxes. Another 30%, if not more, of every dollar you make goes to the banks in the form of repayment of debt. So really, we're trying to find ourselves living off about 30 cents of every dollar that we make. That's why we find ourselves struggling, right? But check this out. 28 to 33% of your income is going to taxes if you're an employee or consumer. If you're a producer / entrepreneur, you can get that down to about 18 to 23%, right? That's huge. That's huge. 18 to 23 is a lot better than 28 to 33, right? However, still a lot of money going to our taxes. But if you are on this position as the bank, you're going to pay less than 15% in taxes. In fact, these guys make a business out of banking, so they get that down to 0 because they know how the money game is actually played. How do they know? Because they're the ones who set it up in the first place. So, Cortez, what you're saying is, out of the 3 positions that we should be in, that we can be in, being the bank seems like it's the best because the banks win either way. The banks are going to loan money to the consumer to buy from producers. It's going to loan money to the producers to create the products to sell to the consumers. The banks are winning all the way around. But it's a process to getting to your own bank. So what can you do, right? This is where entrepreneurship really soars, but nobody talks about it in these practical terms. Watch this. When you start your part-time business, the very same day that you start your part-time business, you reposition yourself in capitalism to pay lower taxes. A lot of people don't understand that in America, if you were born in America, you were born an entrepreneur. I wasn't born an entrepreneur. Your social security number doubles as an EIN. You can be a sole proprietor and do business under your social security number. Everybody born in America is born an entrepreneur. Think about who set this country up, right? Our founding fathers were business owners and entrepreneurs. So when they came over here, they set this thing up so that everybody can be an entrepreneur. Now, a lot of people don't exercise their birthright to be an entrepreneur. Why? Because some companies have decided that it is more beneficial for them for you to be an employee. So they built an entire system to funnel you into entrepreneurship. You know what that system is called? It's called public education. Oh, Cortez, now you going too far. Listen, y'all. Public education, for those of you who are in the marketing space, you understand a sales funnel, right? Public education is a giant sales funnel created by big business and the U.S. government to get what they want out of you. Think about it. All you got to do is follow the money. If corporations make their money by leveraging the labor of employees, and if big business if the government gets their money by taxing employees, then it makes sense that if they create and fund a public education system, they're going to tell that public education system what to create. And they told that public education system that we need employees. So everything that you learn in public school is designed to funnel you into this situation right here. You're going to pay the most taxes, and you're going to use your labor to earn an income, so you benefit in big business and you're benefiting the government at the exact same time, right? Nobody talks to us about this kind of stuff. Let me see, man, why does it look like my camera is about to die on y'all already, right? So when you think about it from that perspective, now you say, okay, so they don't want me to be an entrepreneur, but since I got into this space right here, I've accumulated some debt. Cortez, how do I get out of this mess? I can't just walk away from my job. But here's the beautiful thing about it. I like to say the game is rigged and fair at the same time, right? It's rigged that, yes, the bankers and entrepreneurs are going to get a whole lot of benefits, tax benefits, abatements, and all kind of stuff. So it's rigged and made easier for them to win. Well, how can it be rigged and fair? It's fair because any one of us at any given time can reposition ourselves in this economy and become an entrepreneur. So what are the benefits of becoming an entrepreneur? The very first benefit of becoming an entrepreneur is tax savings. I know you start a business and the first thing you want to do is sell something and make some money. Understand there's something called phantom money, right? My mentor, Brian, will talk about phantom money all the time, right? What is phantom money? Well, the first thing that you do is when you add entrepreneurship to your job, you still got your job. This is why we say don't quit your job, especially not too soon. You add entrepreneurship to your job. The first thing you should do is go into your HR office and ask them for your Form W-4, which is your tax withholding certificate. It tells your employer how much money to take out of your paycheck every pay period to cover your taxes. Well, when you first got hired, you wasn't an entrepreneur. So you filled it out based on being an everyday consumer. Now you need to sit down with your tax professional and say, hey, I need to redo this thing because now I have a part-time business. I need to pay taxes according to the entrepreneur side of the tax code. You know what that's going to do? That's going to bring anywhere from $300 to $600 per month back into your household. That's called cash flow, right? That's called cash flow. I'm going to see y'all if I can change this battery right quick. I don't know if I can. And what that's going to do to the stream, right? That's called cash flow, right? So without doing anything in your business yet, you use a strategy because you understand the power in repositioning yourself in this economy from consumer and employee to consumer employee with a business. Even if that business is part-time, 4 to 5 hours per week is what the IRS says. Your business can be considered a legitimate business if you dedicate 4 to 5 hours per week, you attempt to make a profit in those 4 to 5 hours a week, and you keep good records. Those are the 3 qualifications. Keep good records, attempt to make a profit 4 to 5 hours per week, and you are in there with a legitimate business. And what does that mean? That means you can get this extra $300 to $600 per month on your paycheck. Now, the reason I say entrepreneurship and your personal life have to be run in parallel, and there are some intersections, because guess what? It costs money to run a business. Well, you just freed up $300 to $600 per month in cash flow. What could you do with that money? I would suggest if you got high interest credit cards, you start paying down some of that high interest credit card debt. Why? Because you're going to get double bang for your buck. You're going to get the reduction in debt, and that's going to increase your cash flow. You got a credit card that you owe a couple thousand on, and you're paying $75 a month. You pay that off. You just increase your cash flow by another $75 a month. And what else happened? Your utilization went down, so your credit score went up. You get double the bang for your buck. You start snowballing that debt to zero, you increase your cash flow. Now you got a few extra dollars to run your business, because it takes money to run a business, right? On top of that, because you have a business, you can reduce your cash flow or increase your cash flow even further. How? Because right now you're spending money on a cell phone bill. If you're renting, that could be rent, utilities. You're spending money on your children. You're spending money on what else, right? Travel, meals. This is anyway money. You're going to spend this to live anyway. But when you add a part-time business to your full-time job, now you get to write all of this stuff off. It's going to save you even more money in taxes, right? I want you to understand, y'all. The game is part-time entrepreneurship, full-time job, run my personal life and my business life in parallel, paying particularly close attention to how my cash flow is doing. Cash flow is the name of the game. Before I sold anything, I used a strategy. I used knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to increase my cash flow before I even made a sale. Because I'm running my business finance and my personal finance in parallel, I took the extra cash flow and I didn't increase my lifestyle. I started to reduce my high interest credit card debt. Why? Because when that's paid off, my credit score goes up. When my credit score goes up, I might be able to refinance my car loan. I might be able to refinance my mortgage so that I can get those payments to come down, doing what? Increasing my cash flow even further. Right? So when you understand the power of entrepreneurship beyond selling something and making a bunch of money, it becomes a lot easier to dip your to dive head first into entrepreneurship because you understand the benefits beyond trying to sell something, right? Who'd agree that if I got this extra $300 to $600 a month coming in, it buys me a little breathing room to figure out how to sell? I got a little breathing room to figure out how to market. I got a little breathing room to figure out how to network. I got a little breathing room to figure out the internet, figure out systems, funnels, autoresponders, and all of that kind of stuff because I increased my cash flow. So you can't separate your personal and your business, right? When it comes to banking, yeah, you want to keep that stuff separate, but you are the business when you're starting out. And how you run your personal finance don't have a lot to do with how you run your business finance. So you better figure out how to get those things together. You better figure out how to get your cash flow up in your personal life, because when you start running a business, guess what your business income is all about? Your business finance is all about positive cash flow. So you got to learn how to do it in your personal life at the same time. So the best position for you to be in as a brand new entrepreneur is someone who has a business and a full-time job, but you got to learn this stuff. You got to learn this stuff, right? So I know my camera is about to go out and I want to change the battery. I just don't know if that's going to kick y'all out or let's just see. Let's just see, because I really want to share with y'all this formula and how I can help you. Let me see which battery is this. This is channel number 2. It's got the best battery life. All right, let me change batteries real quick and see if I can come back on. Y'all cool if I change batteries and I share this formula with you that's going to get you access to unlimited amounts of capital? Y'all cool with that? Let me see if I change the battery, what happens. Oh, we back. We back. Okay. All right. So that wasn't too terribly bad. All right. So now what am I saying? I'm saying, y'all, that entrepreneurship is worth it. That's what I'm saying. But you got to learn some things. And this is why we put together Our Hustle University, right? So that you can get around and be part of a community that's going to help you understand these things, right? And it doesn't matter what business you have, we can help, right? If you have an e-commerce business, you need to know this stuff. If you have a service-based business, you need to know this stuff. You're an author, you're a network marketer, you're an insurance sales agent, you need to know this stuff, right? I'm gonna tell you something else that you need to know, because a lot of people have been on my timeline. I asked a question, what's the biggest challenge that you have in your part-time business? And y'all know what everybody said? Capital. If I just had some money, I think I'll be all right. Well, my man Marquell Russell made a statement that really resonated with me and basically said, if you can't make money without money, you can't make money with money. And I posted that on my page and a lot of people got upset. A lot of people, I mean, it was pandemonium in my comments, y'all, in my inbox. What you mean? I mean exactly what the quote says. See, if I don't have the type of hustle in me to grab the lawnmower out of my garage and go knock on 50 doors and ask everybody if they need their grass cut, that's making money without money. See, if I don't have that type of get up and go in me sitting around just saying, man, if I get my hands on $50,000, I'm gonna flip it. No, if you can't make money with money, without money, you can't make money with money. So a lot of people are saying, well, Cortez, I need capital. Well, here again, running your personal life like a business so that it can be run parallel with your business is a game changer. And I'll be honest, right? My business, the business activity that I have going on through my household brings me about 10 to 12K per month, right? Now, I'm sharing that not because I want to brag, because 10 to 12K ain't where I want to be, but I've come a long way in my business. But some of y'all are looking for a millionaire coach. That ain't me, right? That ain't me. Some of y'all can appreciate having somebody coach you who's just a few steps ahead of you, right? I'm still in the trenches with you, right? I'm executing every day. So some of you guys can appreciate that. It's more relatable, and that's why I do it. That's why my program is designed for new part-time entrepreneurs. If you're advanced, then you probably need somebody else to coach you, right? But I can help somebody who's just getting started. I can help someone get started right, lay a solid foundation, understand how to put all the pieces together, right? That's what iHustle University is. So let me share this formula with y'all, man, and then we're going to get out of here, right? The formula simply says this. Now, Cortez, you just put a lot of letters on the board. We don't know what none of that stuff means. It's simple. Profitable, properly structured LLC times personal guarantor equals unlimited access to capital. I'm going to say it again. If you have a profitable, properly structured LLC, see, if you're going to do this business thing, then you might as well do it correctly right out of the gate. You might as well build and form your entity. You might as well start looking at what's the best way for me to get this thing profitable the fastest. And then what do I need to do from a banking standpoint to position this new entity to get the type of capital that I'm going to need to make my business even more profitable after you learn how to make money? And we teach all this in iHustle University, right? So profitable, properly structured LLC times a personal guarantor. What is a personal guarantor? They call it a PG when you're thinking business credit and funding. A personal guarantor is nothing more than a cosigner, right? You got a kid, 16, 17 years old. They go into the bank, even though they got a job and they want to get their first car. What is the bank going to say? You don't have a good enough credit history. Even though you make enough money to afford the note, what we're going to need is someone to guarantee this loan, or in the personal side, they call it cosign. So a personal guarantor is someone who's related to this LLC with good personal credit, 720 or better. And when this LLC goes into Navy Federal, Bank of America, Chase Bank, to apply for business credit or funding, it's just like your 17, 18-year-old kid who don't have credit history. The banks are going to say, it's cool, we appreciate you wanting to do business with us, but you don't have any credit history. We're going to need someone to co-sign for you. Or in other words, we're going to need a personal guarantor. If you got a credit score of 720 or better, you can co-sign for your LLC and get unlimited access to capital. But I know what the challenge is with a lot of people. A lot of y'all like me. I went so hard in building my business. I was even building repairing people's credit for them, but I neglected my own. Because I was building business credit. I'm like, man, forget the personal credit. Just hustling. I'm just going to make enough money and I'm going to pay somebody to do it down the road. And it just kept getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And then I learned this formula and I'm like, man, it took me almost 2 years to get an 80 paydex score on my business credit. Then I let that slip. So right now I'm about a 60 paydex score. So that ain't even the best. But then somebody's like, man, bro, You could have just took 3 to 6 months, focus on fixing your personal credit, and you can go get all the money you want. Nobody talks about this, especially to brand new part-time business owners. That's why we built iHustle University, y'all. That's why iHustle University exists, because I have the time freedom to help you do some of this stuff, to help coach a brand new person. One of my God-given gifts is patience, y'all. One of the reasons that some of the bigger coaches can't coach new people is because they don't have the patience, right? Their time has become so valuable, they can't sit on a coaching call with you for 2 hours like I'm going to do this Saturday, where we're going to be structuring the LLCs of the new members of iHustle University. We're going to literally sit down and go through the process of properly structuring the LLC this Saturday. So if you join iHustle University tonight, you can be on the coaching, the training this Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Central Time. That's July 8th, right? So what I created with iHustle University is an opportunity for me to leverage the best of who I am and serve one of the communities in business that need the most help hands-on, right? I know you can go get some courses, but when you get a course, you have questions. And sometimes you get a course, you have questions, you don't get answers to the question, and you try to execute the course material as best you can, and you go messing some stuff up like I did when I filed my first LLC. Home address on there, Gmail account, like it was a mess. But I was following the free content because I couldn't afford a coach. I couldn't afford to get into someone's mastermind. They wanted 4 and 5 figures. But I was just taking imperfect action. So I figured that now that I have some monthly recurring revenue coming in, I've got some active income. I was like, okay, can I create a program where people can get the answers to the questions that they have? Can I create a program where, yes, they've got courses, they can watch the videos at their own pace, but also once a week we can get together and I can answer their questions? Can I create a community of other entrepreneurs who are all along the same journey, and we can create some accountability for each other? We can create some a support system for each other, right? Can I create, because I have my own software, can I give this group of entrepreneurs all of the tools that they need to build their business on? The website, sales funnel, business phone number, email autoresponder, text message autoresponder, review platform. Can I give them what they need to actually succeed in business? Can I then help them strategically with their individual businesses, right? So there's some general things like when you set your LLC up, everybody's going to do that the same across the board, right? But then there are some marketing things that you can do and execute in your business that may not work in my business, right? I've been on this marketing journey since 2015 successfully. I started learning 4 years before that. And I'm just 1 or 2 steps ahead of y'all, right? Still in the trenches, still laying my foundation so you guys can hop on this train and won't feel like what I'm teaching is over your head. That's why we put it together, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here and put the link in real quick, because my laptop is down here. So here's what we did to make it affordable so that you can have skin in the game and it won't cost you too much. I can trust that because you got skin in the game, I feel comfortable pouring into you and giving you my time, while at the same time giving you access to the tools that we use. And my goal is to help you make your first $1,000 in monthly recurring revenue in the first 60 days. So why 60 days? because for $100, we set up both a monthly and yearly plan. For $100, you can join iHustle University for 2 full months, right? That's 60 days. That's 8 weeks of me coaching you. That's 8 weeks of using our digital empire system, our tool suite. That's 8 weeks of courses. That's 8 weeks of our private community, asking questions and getting help with your business. That's 8 weeks for $100. I gotta have you put some skin in the game, because I've been down the road of free coaching, and when you coach people for free, they don't execute. They don't. Because when you pay attention. So $100 for 60 days. Now, in month 3, the regular price for the university is $150 per month. Right? That's all the tools, that's all the coaching, that's the weekly training, the daily accountability call. That's the whole 9 yards. $150 a month. Now, some of you guys know you need tools, know you need coaching, but you be like, man, everywhere I turn, it's $300 a month just for this tool. And then for this tool, it's $50 a month. For that tool, it's $20 a month. I need all of these tools. So when you finish buying tools, you had $1,000 a month. Ask me how I know. Right? Because I did it. And then we found our own tool suite where we can offer all of the tools in one combined package. Right? So you get the coaching, the courses, the community, the accountability and support to help you do what? Develop the right mindset, develop the right skill set, and then we provide the tool set for you to execute all of the strategies that you need. Your lead generation strategy, your sales and fulfillment strategy, your delivery, your communication, the whole 9 yards. 60 days for $100. Now, some of y'all like Cortez, I don't really like monthly bills. I don't want to add another monthly bill, right, to what I'm doing. But I've been watching you for a while. I feel like you're the person that can help me. I just don't want a monthly bill. So that's why we came up with the yearly plan. The yearly plan, as of the time of this recording, is $1,000 for the year, right? You literally get to save $500, because if you did this times 10, right, it'll be $1,500. Our launch special is $1,000 for the whole year. You also get to become part of what's called my inner circle. My inner circle gets special attention from me, including done-for-you credit repair and credit consultation services. So if you need help with your credit, this $1,000 is going to include 3 months of credit restoration service. We pay a team to come in and actually get all of your credit together, send out the letters that you need, do these different attacks to get your credit cleaned up. But they partner with you because there are certain things that you need to do to help facilitate that process, right? So that's included. You still get the digital empire system. You're just paying for the whole year. And when you join my inner circle, you get all of the business credit and business funding resources to help you grow your business credit and your business finances, right? So let me know if you got any questions. Let me drop the link in the comments for y'all really, really quickly. When you go to this link, all you're going to do is, if you want the monthly plan, just click buy now, fill out the form. On the next page, you're going to see it says $100 for the first 2 months and then $150 going forward, right? Here's the thing, y'all. If I cannot help you make an extra $1,000 a month in the business that you already have going, then you should cancel after 60 days. I don't deserve your business, right? You can't, if you work with me for 60 days and you show up to the classes and you execute the game plan and you don't make an extra $1,000, you should cancel. right? But I'm telling you, if you give me 60 days and you serious about your business and you got 5 to 7 hours a week to plug away, to execute some strategies. Now, I'm going to stretch you a little bit. I'm going to ask you to do some things that you probably never considered doing before. But if you're willing to take a chance, I can get you $1,000 a month. See, some of you guys need some digital products so that your profit margin is greater on your products. Some of you guys need to understand how to build a continuity program around what you're doing. That's a different level, so you have some monthly recurring revenue. Some of you guys are spending money with companies right now, and you're referring other people to those companies, and you don't even know that those companies have an affiliate program. They will pay you for that referral, but you don't know anything about affiliate marketing. And this ain't taken away from what your business is. I'm talking about there's things you're doing right now in your business. And somebody asks you, girl, how you do that? Man, how you do that? You say, oh, I use this. And you refer them right over there. That company has an affiliate program that if you understood affiliate marketing, they would pay you for sending that person their way. Some of the things you're sending people to are monthly recurring products. So that company will pay you every month that the person you referred pays their bill. Speaking of affiliate programs, when you join the inner circle, you get to earn up to 50% commission for referring people to iHustle University. Like, I'm literally laying it all out there to help you win. Right? You refer 10 people to iHustle University, you make $750 a month just on referrals. That don't take away from what you got going on in business. You simply, hey man, when I go live, you share that live. And what do I want to tell everybody to do? Hey, whoever's page you're seeing this live on, ask that person for the link and they'll get you rolling with our program. You give them the special link that I signed you, they sign up, you get the credit. 30 days after they make their payment, I send you a check. Or really, it's coming through PayPal. I ain't sending no checks, right? But that's one of the ways that we help you build your business. I've got some other businesses in the box for you already set up. Like when I teach you how to properly structure your LLC, that's a business in and of itself. You know people who have part-time businesses right now don't know how to set up their LLC. When I teach you how to set it up correctly, you can charge them $300 to $500 and set theirs up for them. Got a whole funnel behind it and everything. I just put the funnel in your digital empire system. You get your domain name and boom, now you got a funnel to sell business setup packages and you can get people going just like that. It's crazy, right? I got a game plan to help you win. And I know without a shadow of a doubt, this is a 5-figure mastermind that you guys are joining. I'm just not charging 5 figures. Why? Because I need y'all to come in and I need to shore up some of my processes, right? So you guys are getting that great beta test price because you guys are going to point out some things. Hey, Cortez, when I clicked on this button on the page, it didn't work. Okay, got it. Team, that button isn't working. We need to go fix that. Cool. So that's why you are getting such a great price. But when we get above 25 people in my inner circle, this price goes away. We get our first 100 students, this price goes away. So you get a chance to get in early, get a lot of my attention while the student number is low, and I can really, really help you build and take your business to the next level. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, if you want what it is that we're offering, all you got to do is wherever you're seeing this, get with the person whose page you're seeing this on and say, hey, do you have an affiliate link for iHustle University? That's all you got to do. And if that person does not have one, then holler at your boy and I'll get you signed up we are having class this Saturday. We're doing 3 things on this Saturday's class. We're going to help people with their LLC. If you already have it set up, we're going to go through our checklist and you're going to be able to see, hey, this needs to be corrected. This needs to be fixed. If it's perfectly done, then kudos to you. If you don't have your LLC set up and you've just been operating under your social and you're ready to take that next step, we're going to tell you everything that you need to do to get set up in your with your LLC and how to do it the way the banks need to see it, right? Second thing we're going to do is talk about personal credit structure. Some of us think we have bad credit and we may not. We just don't really know how to evaluate our personal credit reports because we're always looking at Credit Karma and some of these other things. You need to go ahead and print out that whole thing, man, and let's take a look at what that looks like and how to properly build a credit profile. And then the third thing we're going to do this weekend is we're going to talk a lot about affiliate marketing. I'm going to get to know a little bit about your business, and we're going to find out if you're already using services and referring other people to services that you could be getting paid on. You might just need to know how to go sign up for an affiliate account, right? What product, where to look for the affiliate programs and the services that you're already using. So that's what we're going to be covering this Saturday, July 8th at 10 a.m. We usually go a couple hours or so from 10 a.m. to 12 is going down. But you got to get enrolled in the program. So ask the person whose page you're seeing this on, hey, send me your link for iHustle University so you can get signed up. They can get the credit. If they don't have one, then you can make the move. You get signed up and they're ready. They sign up with you and you get the credit. So I appreciate y'all all. Let me see. I don't see any comments. Yep. Valuable information. Appreciate that, Tia. She says, I got to get my business correct. Also, you telling facts. Cool. All right. So get with the person whose page you're seeing this on. If they've got an affiliate link for iHustle University, then you get signed up through them. That's the proper way to do things. If they expose you to this, then they should get the credit. If they're not rolling with us, then holler at your boy. I'll get you signed up, man. But I appreciate you guys all. Till I talk to you next time, I want you to get your money up because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve to do it, each and every single one of you. I hustle up.